evening, day 29 of October 2024, 2 days remaining in the month. It is a Tuesday night. I have just watched Wednesday get incredibly close to the quarterfinals of the League Cup, but fail as always they do. So yeah, that was not only was it a disappointing result from a Wednesday point of view, but they were one penalty away from probably landing me about £500 as well, so double shit. I would have usually been sat with a beer watching this as well, because that's another great excuse to have alcohol in your life, isn't it? Football. Oh, fuck, what happened? Yeah, so today's video, I did one yesterday, but today's video wanted to go through some reflective questions that have been asked about the experience over the past month. I feel like I have detailed quite a lot of my thoughts and how I've dealt with the processes and hurdles throughout this month, through different videos. Every sort of time I've had a challenge, I've spoke about it, prior to, during and after. But yeah, as Dino says, it's a good time for reflection as we come to the end. So I mean, it's said to write these down, but I quite enjoy ad-libbing. I wish they'd stop showing this Palmer penalty. This must be like the 150th time I've seen him have this penalty saved. Poor lad. Yeah, so I like ad-libbing, and it's only going to be the same as if I wrote it down anyway. So I just go through the questions and see my thoughts on them. So I've got them up on the laptop here, and we can go through them. Just say physically write out, so yeah, sorry. But what's been the most positive aspect of this sober month? It has been a completely sober month from the 30th of September. I had a drink, and then on the 1st I did that video of day 1 of sober October. So that was the last drink I had, and it was a like, casting my mind back, it was a drink because I wasn't drinking anymore. Like, there was no event or anything, I was just having a drink because I thought I'm not going to drink for a month, or in my mind it was only going to be not drinking for a week, but let's see how I do. So what's been the most positive aspect of this sober month? Consider physical, mental, emotional or social experiences. What changes have you, or benefits have you noticed? I would say the most positive aspect would be being more present. Being more present in certain aspects. Proactivity in evenings as well. There's a lot more proactivity, like earlier bed, much more sleep, better, deeper sleep, emotional regulation probably. I don't get me wrong, I'm stressed as fuck all the time, like, but I feel like I have potentially better planning when it comes to work and life, capacity, probably a clearer mind obviously as well. That's probably the most positive aspect. Emotional, social experiences, definitely seen those in a different light. When it's come to like going with friends, family, that's probably the most positive part. What has been the most challenging part of the month? Reflect on any difficulties you encountered. What did you do to work through them? Done a lot of videos on these difficulties and how I worked through them, but I would probably say probably the bit I found most challenging was that first night away at, oh no, I'll do two of the most challenging ones. It was the first Friday after we started the challenge, went away with the family, sister, brother-in-law, nephews, away in the caravan. And not only would I just traditionally have a drink on Friday, but I obviously traditionally have a lot of alcohol when we go away on caravan holidays and stuff like that. So that was really difficult. And then from like the coming back on the Sunday, I was going away to the conference on the next week, and again, probably that Monday evening was teetering on just chucking the towel in and having a load of ale. Being surrounded by it, being expected to drink, having a weird sort of complex that I believed I would be more confident when I had a drink, and I potentially thought I needed a drink to be able to loosen me up and allow me to talk to people more freely. That was probably the most challenging part of overcoming that. Not even a hurdle, it was more like a barrier, to be honest with you. Now we are nearing the end. How do I feel about reintroducing alcohol? Do I plan to bring it back, keep it occasional, or perhaps continue with sobriety? I feel incredibly confident about reintroducing alcohol. I've understood my disagreements with alcohol. I've understood what I was doing wrong. I've understood what I can and can't do, and I've sort of unlocked a part of myself that I didn't know existed. And that sounds really fucking weird, but yeah. Yeah, if anything, I feel quite in control about reintroducing alcohol. I think I'm not going to overthink it, but I definitely potentially never want to have a drink on a Sunday again. I don't want to overthink it. It's really strange. I don't want to overthink it. I just crack on. If I overthink it and start planning when you would drink, that gets a bit weird again, because then you start to think that, well, if I'm planning in my drinking, then it's almost borderline addiction, is it? Because you're planning in when that you're going to have this. So it's going to be totally play it by ear, but it's going to be minimal and, yeah, sporadic is what I would say. It's definitely not, I'm counting down the fucking days till Friday so I can have a fucking beer. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's a totally different outlook on life. Why do I feel this way? I think I've just covered that. Yeah, it is a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm an open book. I think when I started this on day one, I said I drank too much. I said this morning in class to a few of the guys, I said, oh, do you drink in the week? Yeah, it started getting that way. It started getting, oh, it's a Tuesday night, I'll have a drink. It's a Wednesday night, I've had a bad day. Thursday's mainly Friday, isn't it? So I'll have a beer. Friday's Friday. Tomorrow I'll have more beer. Saturday, Sunday. Before you know it, you're drinking 5-6 days out of 7, aren't you? So, I feel like I've got it under control because of the realisation that I don't need alcohol to alter the way I'm feeling anymore. Yeah, there's enough. I've learnt enough over these past few weeks to make me understand that alcohol doesn't change. Yes, it does physically and mentally alter your feelings, but I was using it for the wrong reasons. But now I won't. It sounds weird. I will use alcohol for the right reasons. Like I said in a video yesterday, like social reasons that I would just have one or two and there'd be no longer having pre and post drinks. It would just be, yeah. So yeah, I'm waffling on that, but yeah, that's why I feel like that way. I understand myself on a different level than I did 29 days ago. Imagine myself 3 months from now. Describe the version of yourself you want to see, especially regarding your relationship with alcohol. How does this version of you look, feel and act? I think I've just covered that. I can't see an issue with me maintaining my outlook on life going forward. I do feel changed mentally, physically, emotionally. I suppose I had a strange emotional attachment to alcohol in the thought process that I would need a drink to change how I'm feeling, or it would change my mood, it would lighten my mood. But now I have different vices, if you will, that I go to change a mood. Whether that's speaking openly and honestly about how I'm feeling or how my day's been, to non-alcoholic beer. I mean, I'm definitely going to keep them in my life. I just avoid like the taste of a beer, so having a 0% is always nice. So yeah, 3 months from now, I just still want to be as I am now and hopefully not go back anywhere near with the state that I was falling into prior to this month of almost reliant that alcohol could change my outlook or change my mood there and then. Yeah. Identify only 3 steps you could take to bring this vision to life. I'm doubling up again, and I've just basically said all of that. Talk. I don't feel like I need to establish routines or have any strange practices. I feel like I've said, I've altered mentally, and I feel like I would know straight away if those standards were slipping. But I don't feel like I would do that to myself or my family, or following what I've done either. So yeah, your personal why. Start with why. Good book. What is your personal reason for wanting to stay mindful about alcohol? I've covered all this again, sorry. Reflect on core motivational motivation behind your decisions. This is your why. Yeah, I think I've covered all of that in the past 13 minutes of waffle of my why. My life, my family, my job, my mind, my sanity, my dog. Yeah, the list goes on. Like I put in the Sober October chat the other day that you could just create. I get the idea of listing things that you can enjoy sober. Maybe you spin that on the head and say, what do you need alcohol to enjoy? Which would then start your mind going, I don't need alcohol to enjoy anything. I feel like I'm a living, breathing example of that. The things I've done this month sober, I would have never in a million years have done sober, and that's why I laughed at the fucking thing at the start and said, no chance, I'm not doing it. Yeah, letting your hair down and having a dance when we're at a concert, stone cold sober. Getting on the karaoke, stone cold sober. Belting out to your heart's content, Meatloaf, sober. Speaking to people you don't like, sober. Going to family outings that you would usually just have a beer, sober. It's easy to list things that you can do and enjoy sober, because that's life, isn't it? So, that's me. I'll probably do another video before, or maybe on the last day. But yes, What a month, what a 29 days so far. I think I mentioned before, it doesn't even creep into your mindset anymore. This weekend we went away and just enjoyed the weekend. Usually it'd be getting to like 2 o'clock and you'd be thinking, it's a bit too early to crack a beer, I'll wait till 3. I'll crack one at 3, 4, 5 and then it just carries on. But just enjoyed the time with the family and wasn't even on the mind, which again instills the confidence in myself that yeah, you know, I am actually changed. But yeah, no plans to have a drink on set date. I'm gonna go out for some tea tomorrow with Rach. No plans to have a drink. Like, yeah. So 15 minutes and I'll see you in a couple of days when we chalk this off. And then I'll probably start doing a vlog on the prep for the Donny 10k